Yo, what's up trainers, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video we're gonna be diving into the Great League with the double ghost backline. I was basically sick of seeing all those Medichamps, so I made a team where we have two Pokemons very strong against it, and to balance the team a bit more, also the Alolan Sandslash on the lead. A big tip from me is to run it with POWDERSNOW if you can. Always try to build, for example in this scenario, 2 Mons if there's one with a elite fast TM, so that you can swap in between for different teams. As right now I do not have another Shadow Alolan Sandslash, yeah, I'm running it with SHADOWCLAW, but run it with POWDERSNOW if you can. Otherwise you've got 3 SHADOWCLAW users. So starting off, we're facing a Deoxys. I'm expecting them to catch here, which they tried, but we hold on to our energy and then go for the return to output a lot of damage, as it does more, or not more, but almost 50% damage to this Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is such a sweaty Pokemon to use, maybe even more sweatier than MEDICHAMP, to be honest. But anyways, my opponent is running it, so fair play to them. And here we are now basically SHADOWCLAWing them into a range where one return will actually KO. So that's something very, very positive for us. So I'm actually doing a bold play here and gonna go for the bait, and my opponent actually falls for it. So we're gonna overfarm and hopefully reach to that return before they throw, but they throw, but now we're just going to shield as well. I'm just gonna throw as soon as I get there, making sure that we get this move off. Bad timing, but I was expecting that we might not lift this next snarl, so I didn't really care at this point. But as you can see, we lift that snarl, so I could have also throw on good timing, but honestly don't think it's going to matter too much at this point. I just want to get rid of that Mandibuzz as soon as I can get to my move. So I'm just gonna throw here, making sure that we get the move off, that they won't get to another move, as my Alolan Sandslash obviously is very frail. Here they make, I think, a wrong play by not throwing anything, because if they threw here, those SHADOWCLAW damage would have been added up, and also probably put us into a range where all the SHADOWCLAWs was going to be enough to take us out. But they don't throw, and that's actually going to help us in our favor here. By now I undercharge the Shadow Ball, we get the farm down, we get to the Seed Bomb. I'm just going to throw straight away because I expect them to go for the Psycho Boost straight away, and we actually play into that CMP tie, so that was a good read by us. And now let's see what they throw. They're gonna throw the Psycho Boost. No, they're gonna go for the Thunderbolt, which is a bold play by my opponent, but they get the farm down, which is a bit sad. But now let's see, do we survive yet another Thunderbolt, or are they gonna go for the Psycho Boost? They're gonna go for the Psycho Boost. Can we farm them down before they reach another move? Yes, we can. So being triple countered, we were still able to get the W, which is insane. So going from bad to positive leads in the next match, where they say swap into a Stunfisk. Well, we got a decent answer for this matchup, as Trevenant obviously can only be hit by the Rock Slide, as I'm saying right now. But after we've thrown this Shadow Ball, this is not going to be enough to take them out, as Stunfisk is, well, decently tanky, I would say. We can just go for the Seed Bomb straight away, making sure that we win this mid-game matchup, right? No, my opponent is going to do a very nice play here, as I'm expecting them to just go for yet another Rock Slide, right? So I'm like, yeah, I can survive one. I wasn't too sure, but I know I can survive two. And here they reach yet another move, and I'm like, this can only be a Rock Slide, right? If my counting was okay, but it isn't. It's going to be the Earthquake. They take us out. And there's going to be game, right? There's probably something in the back that hard count is my and that's going to be GG. So next game, where we face yet another positive lead. Now can we get a bit of redemption in the next game? Let's see if we can. So my opponent is this time deciding to stay in here, which is fine by me, because there's just in no shooting scenario that this is going to be a positive matchup for them. Maybe if your IVs of your Alolan Sandslash are very bad, here we both lag, I think, but we do get the energy, so that's fine. But at this point I have no idea where my opponent is in terms of their energy. So I'm just gonna throw here the Drill Run on good timing in the middle of their fast move animation. Also making sure that they cannot swap out. And here, as you can see, we reach yet another move. So I don't know why my opponent stayed in here, as it is such a negative lead for them. We go for yet another drill run and we take them out. Now we have shield and switch advantage. So whatever comes in, I'm just gonna come in with that Sableye. They got a MEDICHAMP in, and they say hard swap back into that Lantern, which is going to be their final Pokemon, or their third Pokemon, I should say. But yeah, my opponent doesn't know it yet, but this game is already over. We still got the Trevenant. I'm just gonna go for the return, while doing as much damage as we can possibly do. Maybe 2 foul plays is the better way to go for, but honestly, I just want to get a lot of damage off with the return. As you can see, they're already in the red, and this puts them into a perfect farm down range for our Trevenant to get to the Shadow Ball before they reach probably like triple Ice Punch. And my opponent recognized it and they top left. That's going to be a GG. Very well played. So in the next game, I didn't edit this part out very well, but it's not going to matter, I hope. No, as we do found a very well, we find a battler very quick, another trainer. So now let's see, what do they have? They got a Mawile. Mawile is a very tough Pokemon for this team. Also, where, well, SHADOWCLAW on the lead is actually helping us out instead of the POWDERSNOW. They hard swap into a, the battles are going too quick, by the way, to commentate, but they hard swap into a Granbull. So I undercharge it like the maximum I can, just to make sure that we get so much energy on our Alolan Sandslash, even though things are looking absolutely dire for us at this moment. As well, yeah, they can throw here that we will have to shield, as it's probably going to be either a crunch or a close combat, doesn't really matter. It's going to be a crunch, fine, we can shield and farm down. And now I'm just gonna go for a ball play. I'm just gonna go for the Ice Punch, hoping that they will shield and then instantly throw the drill run as well. And then afterwards we will swap out. So they shield up the first move. Now, do they think that we have a drill run stored, or are they expecting double Ice Punch? They do not shield, and we actually will win this game. So that's an epic game where there was no, we were almost triple counted in every Pokemon except for the back Pokemon with the what's it called, the I don't know the name. Let me know in the comments down. I know the name, but I forgot it. Anyways, next game we got a good lead finally, and they hard swap into that Sableye, which is fine. But we do have to soften this mid game matchup up a bit by throwing the Ice Punch, just to make sure that we can afterwards either farm them all the way down or go for the move as soon as we get there, or not. Well, over farm by 1 and then go for the move, so making sure that we don't have to use a shield. But I'm deciding to do the first thing, going for the return at this point, making sure that we get so much damage off against the Clefable, and then afterwards I will go for the foul play if we are still able to reach that one, which we are just about before they can farm us all the way down. Now this is going to be enough to take them out. I think it is, even though it's going to be resisted, it's going to be enough to take them out. So there I have a Swampert in the back, which is okay, I would say, for our team still, as we have the Mons in the back in Trevenant. And also the Alolan Sandslash still does a decent amount of damage with the either the SHADOWCLAW or the Ice Punch. It doesn't matter, as Swampert is not that, is kind of like a frill Pokemon, to be honest. So we make a nice catch. And now we can easily, well, probably shield up this move, as this might have been a Earthquake if I'm not mistaken. Not too sure, to be honest. I think it was just short. And now we are at almost the back-to-back, and we need one more SHADOWCLAW to go for yet another Seed Bomb. They throw. I'm just hoping that this is not going to be that Earthquake, because if it is, that might put us into a bad spot. But it is not, and I'm just gonna go for yet another Seed Bomb. And at this point I'm just going to hard swap into my Alolan Sandslash, making sure that we get the Ice Punch off, but they play us, or we play into that CMP tie, which we lose. But I think we will win this anyway, but they actually undercharge it. I don't know if this was a full Hydro Cannon. My feeling says that it's an undercharge by my opponent, as they need one more Mudshot, and they need one Mudshot ahead of us to win without us reaching the Seed Bomb first. So I think that was great game recognition by my opponent, but it also allowed us to get to the move and getting the win in that game. So GG. So by far these games have been very fun to play, and also to commentate, and also maybe for you to watch. So if you're new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I know a lot of you subscribers or watchers or viewers aren't subscribed, and I want to reach 1,000 by the end of the by the end of next month. So it would be very helpful for you and for me if you would subscribe, so much appreciated. So here we actually bait out the POWDERSNOW, which is absolutely perfect. We can now overfarm as much. I'm thinking to basically farm them all the way down if I can, and my opponent is recognizing the fact that we're getting too much energy at this point, so they hard swap into that MEDICHAMP, which is absolutely fine for us, as we can now hard swap back into that Trevenant as well. I'm just going to shoot up this first move, making sure that we do preserve some HP, and afterwards I will throw at, I think, 5 or 4. I should have went for an extra, I think, looking back at it right now, but at this point I don't think it's going to matter too much, as if they got a move on their POWDERSNOW, which they do, we can also double shield here and then commit to the farm down and probably go for the Shadow Ball as soon as we get there, as we got almost 2 drill runs stored. If they go for the farm down, we will probably reach another Shadow Ball, so they cannot get there. If they don't call the bait here, which was their only win con, we would have probably Shadowclawed them into a range where 1 drill run would have been enough. So GG's to my opponent there, and that's going to be a GG. And now we hop into that next game where I overfarm by 1, go for the move, was waiting for them to catch, which they don't, and now we can get this Ice Punch off, which is going to be very helpful for us. And now, as you can see, my opponent is actually deciding to stay in. So after this, I'm just going to swap, I think, in my Sableye. No, I'm not. They actually hard swap into that Charizard, which is fine. Now I'm just going to go for yet another Ice Punch here, and then afterwards I might swap into that Sableye, even though I'm far behind on energy at this point. I know they will reach a Blast Burn, which I'm going to shield here, but I'm expecting them to probably come in with that. And if it's a MEDICHAMP in the back, obviously we got so much energy on the Sableye, I don't think they will come in with that MEDICHAMP if they have one. And if it's not, we can just straight away go for the foul play, get that shield back, or the KO on the Dragonite, as Dragonite is a very strong mon with a very high attack stat, but in the Great League it is just very frail, so it cannot take any move. As you can see, those Shadow Claws just tear apart the Dragonite. So they throw the move, they take us out, and I'm just going to come in with my last Pokemon, which is going to be the Trevenant. They got a Venusaur. This team absolutely made no sense to me. Doesn't really matter, as we take the win. So we're facing off a big core break. I said it at the beginning of the video. If you got the option of running the 2 different Sandslash in your roster, make one with POWDERSNOW, make one with the Shadow Cloud, so just to make sure that you can choose in which team composition, which fast move or whatever works better in the all-round coverage. So in this case, if we had POWDERSNOW, this would have been actually a winning matchup. Right now, we are just in a losing matchup. So when you're running an ABB line, you gotta preserve your first mon. So at this point, I was like, well, I gotta swap out at some point, trying to catch the Body Slam, which we cannot. And now we gotta throw at 4, making sure that we get the CMP tie, which we do get. So that's a very nice play by us, making sure that we get the maximum amount of damage on our opponent's Steelix, and also making sure that they won't get an extra energy on our Sableye. So now we are in a tough spot, I would say, as nothing really has changed. We're gonna overfarm here, gonna throw at 4 once again, but they decide to go for the extra, which is fine. And now we can go for the drill run, hoping to see and lure out whatever they have in the back, which is going to be that Deoxys. So this game is not over yet, but I'm expecting them right now to probably catch a Shadow Ball. So I'm just going to shoot up this move. I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball as soon as I get there, but I'm gonna go for the Seed Bomb instead. This way I'm basically allowing them to probably think that's going to be a Shadow Ball, which it is not, meaning that we get the free Seed Bomb off, as this normally would have been a very good shield for my opponent. Now we actually saw that catch coming and we get the Seed Bomb off. So that was very a good try by my opponent, but I think we sort of outplayed them there by going straight Seed Bomb, making sure that if they swap in, we get that damage off. So as soon as we get there, once again we're gonna throw this Seed Bomb here, and hoping that they let this go, actually, because if they don't, I think we're in a rough spot, and they actually let this go, and now we get extra Shadow Claw damage from a Trevenant on the Deoxys, which is huge. And now hopefully we will be able to reach yet another Seed Bomb, which we do as well. And after this, you know what's going to happen, right? If not, make sure to look closely now. We're just gonna snipe, get to the drill run, and that's going to be a GG. So even though we're facing a Lickitung with triple SHADOWCLAW as a fast move on our team, we were still able to take that W, which is great. But honestly, as I said before, run POWDERSNOW if you can. But I understand that you don't want to well, remove that elite charge TM fast move, right? So in the next game, we are facing, once again, a lot of Alolan Ninetales on the lead in today's matches. A Alolan Ninetales. So we're going to go for the drill run. There's no point of baiting. I think the only way of losing this lead by just getting all the way charmed down, which is insane, by the way, is by going for a bait and your opponent calls the bait. So I'm just always, in general, just going to go for the triple drill run as just a safer play. And if they catch it on, well, anything but a flyer, it's still okay because it does a lot of damage. So afterwards, if I reach yet another move, as you can see, we will be able to, well, once again win switch and also have shield advantage. So I don't know why my opponents will keep doing this. They got a Medichamp, and at this point this game is over, right? We have seen it before. There's not a lot they can do. I'm just gonna throw here at first at good timing at the end of their animation, and afterwards you will see me throw at, well, I think at a point where they could have thrown or could have been on a move. I think they were at the move right now, but my opponent decides to overfarm, and that allows them to sneak one through. And you know, it's actually going to, well, sort of backfire me in this match, but not, well, not entirely. As you will see right now, we will be short just one SHADOWCLAW, and if I threw there on good timing, I think we would have reached that move. Even though we are in a very good spot at this point, I don't think it's going to matter. I'm also trying to catch here, which is also, well, a great play, but also a bad play if your opponent recognizes the fact that you will be able to do that, because now they just have more energy. Even though I did that, I was still feeling confident enough that I was just trying to do that to get the flex off right. And as you can see, they tried to maybe catch a seed bomb there. I don't really, well, I think that was their only chance really. So here I'm just going to overfarm, go for the Shadow Ball at this point, and then we will reach the seed bomb before they will reach their flamethrower, which I don't think would have KO'd anyway. So GG's, and we hop into that next game. Alrighty, we are facing a Sandslash, or a Sandslash against, well, would you guess it, another Alolan Sandslash, or Alolan Ninetales I should say. And this time around they safe swap into that Lickitung. So honestly, very tough Pokemon for our team. Once again, run POWDERSNOW. I'm just gonna keep telling you, but yeah, I said it enough now. So here I'm just gonna go. I gotta soften this game mid-game matchup to have a chance of winning this mid-game matchup. I'm just going to shield here as I expect them not to bait. I was trying to catch a body slam, but they were patient enough to hold on to their energy. And now I'm just gonna go and throw these foul plays as soon as I get there, hoping that we are going to be able to well, take this mid-game matchup and well, keep or preserve alignment, as that's going to be very important for us. And just gonna go for the move here, and I think my opponent is recognizing the fact that we might have something in the back that is good against their back Pokemon. As they were swapping straight away, I'm expecting them to have something like a Medicham in the back, so I can either here double shield or take my shield and well, hope that a lot of energy will be enough for us to win this game. And as you can see right now, they are, well, I'm trying to farm them all the way down here. But yeah, there's just no way. If that Lickitung has like 10 HP or 15 HP, well, I give you I don't know what effort you can try or whatever you can do, but there's just no way you will get that farm down. It's gonna take ages. As you can see, I got scared of getting hit by another body slam, so I went for the move. Gonna go for yet another Shadow Ball here, and then we will hard swap into that Alolan Sandslash. What do they have in the back? It's going to be that Medicham. We will get deleted, which is a bit unfortunate, obviously. But now let's see if we can actually do something, as we might be able to reach double Seed Bomb before they get to double Ice Punch here. And that way we still maybe have a chance. But I don't think we will, because they're probably gonna reach one more, 1, 2, 3, and I think they will reach, yeah. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm at the 2600 right now. A bit of a backfall. I had like the couple of days where I was just not fortunate enough of playing well, but also having all the time negative leads. Today was a bit different though, but now let's hope that we can push to the expert and legend ranking like always. And I will see you trainers in the next video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And what I said it once, I will say it once again. See you trainers in the next video. Peace.